Speak No Evil. Yes, the brand new movie that comes out the day you guys are watching this, if you're watching this on Friday the 13th. And oh my gosh, where do I begin? From the plot, from the characters, from the story development, everything just works, and it works really well. Let's start with the characters. The characters made this movie feel 1,000 times better than I feel like it could have been. At times, this movie was really slow paced, but because of the characters and the way the characters were developed, it made this movie feel a lot faster than it actually was. The one scene I'm thinking about in particular is the scene towards the end of the movie when Aang is throwing the football and he keeps throwing it wrong on purpose everyone's like, why is he throwing the football so off? Until he gets to that cellar and is able to reveal the hordes of things that his parents had stolen from unsuspecting visitors. And that is another thing that we'll cover in the story section of this, because oh my gosh, this story was amazing to every character, from finding out about the infidelity that the main characters had, to to the conversations about why is she so much younger than him. Obviously I don't want to spoil anything, and if you're at this point, you should have realized by now there's definitely going to be spoilers in this, but you have to see this movie for yourself to understand what I am possibly talking about. Just everything, the way it was developed was incredible. Now we're going to talk about the story, and obviously if you don't want spoilers, you can skip ahead, or just come back and watch the video after you've seen the movie. But oh my gosh, the story was incredible. It starts off with a dark scene in the car when they're driving up, and you can't tell what they're driving up to, but you can see a kid you can see a face in the rearview mirror, and you're like, who is that? Who is that? And then it just cuts to black, title card, boom, you're in the movie. That was a really nice pacing of the intro. I love the mysteriousness of it because it adds so much more to this story in general. Then the way that the families get introduced, he comes up and steals the chair, and when he steals the chair, just kind of is like, oh, is the seat open? Just takes it, and then they run into each other again, and he offers the Vespa ride, and oh my gosh, at that moment you could realize something's up. They're buddying up with this family right now, and it's showing. To the point when they get back to London, I like the artistic choice to have it raining in London as soon as they get back. Very much fits the weather in London to a T. I've never been to London, and I still know it rains all the time. And so that was an incredible point to see, and it was very funny in this string of mystery, if you want to call it a mystery. I mean, obviously, if you're looking at it after seeing the movie, you'll realize it was not a mystery. It was pretty obvious what was happening the whole time. And yeah, like the point they made they were making at the end of the movie. You get your gold star because you buddied up with a family that has a disabled child. Well, yeah, you think you did. Turns out the disability was a forced disability, but it was still a disability nonetheless. But at the time, they didn't know that, so they became friends and made it all work out. Excuse was given as he was just born with a defect that his tongue doesn't grow to proper size, and makes him not be able to speak and communicate very well. But oh my gosh, at that point in the movie, you just believe it. And so you go the whole movie with this. Turns out he's not a doctor, just like the trailer said, and it cuts before he says, "Oh, I'm just kidding." It cuts at that point for a reason, and it's to, demonstrate the fact he really isn't a doctor. He makes his money in other ways, which we'll get to. But holy cow, that was a great ending. So eventually they travel out to Scotland to meet their new friends, and you can get out there and you can tell something's wrong. He's a doctor, but he lives in the middle of nowhere in this old rundown farmhouse. A little suspicious. You see the stained sheets? A little suspicious. You see the tiny room for the kids, for 2 kids that they're supposed to share? A little suspicious. I think at one point, the one point that makes you realize, like, oh, this family's actually crazy, is the moment when they go in and catch her having stolen their daughter and sleeping with the daughter in the same bed as them. That was weird. The infidelity, that's a crazy thing that they just drop. But oh my gosh, they use that as a major plot point. It shows the reason why they don't trust each other anymore, and why they have to come together and forget their differences at the end of the movie in order to save their lives. Obviously, I'm going to keep this ambiguous, like I said earlier, because I want you guys to go see the movie and experience it for yourself. Even though I'm spoiling it, I'm not going to say who and what characters these are. You just got to go see it for yourself to find out. But oh my gosh, loved it. And I just want to say, like, it's incredible. Storyline, the story progression. I've already talked about this, and now I'm just rambling on about it. But back to where I was. You know, when they're escaping at the end, and the chef shows up to basically to kill them, because he gets his cut. He gets his cut from there, and it makes you question whether what he's serving at his restaurant is actually, you know, edible, and not just the flesh of the people that they're killing in these incidents. I think a crazy thing that we saw was when they went into the cellar. I mentioned this earlier. The football, when Aang is purposely throwing the football wrong to get them to go down to the cellar to just look at the incidents, and you know, that's how we find out his disability isn't a birth disability. It's a forced disability, because they cut his tongue off because they killed his actual family. Oh my gosh, that twist, like, audibly made me gasp in the theater. Obviously I knew something was up with them, but I didn't realize they were just stealing the kids. And oh my gosh, it just, the way it just played out, and the ending, oh my gosh, the ending where Aang beats his skull in with the brick. Oh my gosh, that moment was incredible. And it just wraps everything up perfectly, in my opinion. I'm gonna react to a, you know, more professional review than mine, because obviously I don't do movie reviews very often, and you can tell by this channel, I don't know when the last one even was on the YouTube channel. But yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on this channel. I'm gonna end this here. We're gonna do the react to the more official review, because I want to hear what a real movie reviewer has to say, and not just my initial thoughts after finishing this movie. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Take it easy, and peace out, everybody.